Hello and welcome back to another EP18 video. Today we have episode 18 of season 2 of Everton career mode. I cannot wait for this one. It's an important game against Manchester City, but just before we get started, I did just want to say, go and hit me up on Twitter. Make sure you go down to the description and follow me. I don't have many followers on Twitter, and I would really become slightly more active if I were to get followers, because there'd be something to post for people and tweet to people. But the reason why I don't have as many followers is probably because of the fact that I don't mention it enough. And I mention it at the end of videos sometimes, but sometimes I need to mention it enough. You get all backstage footage, you're behind the scenes, stuff like that. And you can also join in with a bit of career mode as well and make a few decisions. But directly after the Man United game, we travelled across the town to Manchester City, where Cedric Mpassi was getting his second game and almost got his 4th goal. So yeah, it's a pretty insane record for him. But Man City were the team to go in at half-time in the 1-0 ascendancy. As the ball was cleared, though, Eto'o touched control of it, and he drove forward as he saw the space in the middle. There is a gap, but it is 4-on-1. He manages to skip past around the defender and slice it in to the bottom corner. It hits the post on the way in, probably undeservedly, but a goal nonetheless. And well, it was a very good run from Eto'o, picking up in his own box. He managed to just sort of scoop it around him, find the opening, and just dribble through the players to score. And it wasn't long until Pelosi got the second best chance of the game, bar our goal, of course, when he smashed the upright and he runs away. And runs away to safety for Man City. But as the ball was chipped over, Eto'o's there. And in the final minute of extra time, we have just took the lead here in the Etihad. This is a massive victory. Such a good game. Such a good team. And, well, such a good victory by the looks of things, because 2-1 up in the Etihad Stadium. What an absolutely class finish by Eto'o. Kept his composure even when times were tough and we were struggling to take the lead. And despite the fact that Man City went ahead in the first half, we crawled it back in the second and managed to get the 2 goals we needed to get the 3 points. And now back to Manchester once more. Oh, well, not back to Manchester, back to our home ground, but back against a Manchester club, Manchester United. So our win against City pushed them down into 6th, but only narrowly, of course. Look how tight it is, all the way down to 10th. And early on, we do get the first chance as Baines drills a free kick into the corner, and the following attempt from Eric Dier, sorry. Eric Dier couldn't in the end get a conversion, and neither could that from James Wilson, an absolute sitter. But that was that for that half. And to put it in the nicest and shortest terminology possible, it was a shit half. And it was annoying, though, because the patch has really affected FIFA. And it's a real struggle to even find highlights. And you can tell, because within the next few games, you will see very, very few highlights. But it is Man United who did take the lead, unfortunately, with 10 minutes to go. And it is, in fact, who was that? Was that James Wilson? No, Johnny Evans, of all people, that high up the pitch, gets his opening goal this season, and probably his opening goal in the whole of this bloody career mode series. But we couldn't quite find our way back into the game until this opportunity with Eto'o, and the box is free for Barkley. It's squared inwards, and it's a shot, and it's a goal. Barkley has saved us, and 2 19th minute goals have saved us 4 points in these 2 games against the Manchester clubs. It's been a difficult run of fixtures, and well, it doesn't really get any easier if I'm absolutely brutally honest. But we managed to get a draw, and annoyingly, we were booed off the pitch, which was really confusing, because I don't see why we'd be booed off the pitch when we're at 1-1 against a very good Manchester United team. But we do travel to the Berlin ground, or Upton Park, for the 3rd game of this episode, and it is the penultimate game, of course, meaning the second last. West Ham United sit in 14th, so not doing quite as well as they are in real life, but nonetheless, it still will be a hard game. But early on, Noble gets the opportunity for West Ham as he cuts it back towards Noorderveld, and Noorderveld taps it into the corner. And only 20 minutes in, West Ham take a very, very predictive lead as Noorderveld finds the bottom left corner of the goal. It is Inigo Martinez at fault for this here, though. He was really poor. He should have been closer to Nordeveld, and the new centre-back hasn't really lived up to what I'm liking at the moment. No centre-backs have, and they've always been in the press. But you've got to just sit back and clap to that. Junior Malanda, what a man, and what a finish this is. As the ball was headed on by Ross Barkley, he picked out Junior Malanda, who smashed it into the corner. And Junior Malanda's had like a sudden spurt or sprite of goals recently after he has, he wasn't scoring many, but something's clicked in him, and he's started to take up two different roles, being a goal scorer and a great tackler now. And sorry if you just heard them bangings in the background, but either way, it is now 2-1 as Alberto Paloschi, Alberto, I love that name, Alberto, oh, that's just such a good name, and it really matches his performances, because Paloschi has been the difference in many games this season, and you'll see how Paloschi and Ravini do live up to expectation and step up the mark when Lukaku is injured. Of course, he's been injured for knocking on 3 months now, so he will be returning very soon. But we go in very awkwardly at half-time in a 2-1 ascendancy, and a position which it could be a good position, and considering West Ham's best chance since half-time whistle blew was that terrible shot from Noble, I believe. Well, that's not good news. But Mpassi is drew back for a foul and red-carded. So Mpassi, a man who couldn't keep his cool in the following 3 games since he got that hat-trick against Man United against Liverpool, on his first day. And it was a frustrating one for sure because, Mpassi, he's a great player, and despite the fact that we did go down to 10 men, we still won with 10 men, being 3-1 up now as West Ham pulled men forward. They were caught vulnerable at the back, and we caught them on the break and the counter. So it was a pretty easy goal in the end from Ross Barkley. And we do have 3 minutes left in this episode just to wrap up one more game. But like I was saying about Mpassi, he couldn't really keep a cool head in this game. Probably getting frustrated. He needs to adapt to life in the Premier League. You're not going to get away with tackles like that. And, he needs to sort of pick it up again, because otherwise he will be dropped, because we've got many competitors for that left midfield position. But after our Champions League disarray, we now go into a game against Borussia Mönchengladbach to decide whether the Europa League is our selected choice of competition. Last year we won this competition, and this year we were looking to do the same, but it wasn't the best of starts in European competitions, really. I mean, with a lot of injust, went out of the Champions League. I think we deserved to go through. We really put a battle into that, and it was really annoying and unfair. But on the other hand, we have got a Europa League competition which could be positive for us if we win this cup. Surely that's somewhere to move forward, and it could be almost a good thing in a way, because instead of just going out of the Champions League at one later stage, we might be able to get a bit of silverware back in our locket. No one has ever held the Europa League for 2 years running, I believe. I can't guarantee that, but I believe that's the truth. So it'd be a very difficult task for us to keep up our Europa League form, which is, by the way, excellent. But as Borussia Mönchengladbach were in the 1-0 lead, Borussia Mönchengladbach won, Everton 0 at half-time. There was a game of few chances, and you can tell that by the fact that there was only 1 minute left, and we've got a whole other half to come. But there was still some very important events, and as we pulled them forward, the ball was tapped towards Atsu. Atsu holds up the play, takes it round his man, has a shot, and the shot was deadly. It was delivered with a lot of power, and the venom couldn't quite kill its opponent, if you like. But Crame plays the ball into Ravini as he touches it wide towards Campbell. Campbell looks for the option, cuts back, finds the man down the wing, drives into the middle, drives forward into the box towards Eto'o, and in the 90th minute, we haven't only saved what would be a point, but a draw. We have got an away goal, which, an away goal in Europa League fixtures is match deciding, and even just to have at least one away goal, it's a massive relief. But anyway, I do thanks for watching. I really did hope you enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. It's been very, very fun to commentate for sure. It's been an interesting episode. Make sure you stick around for more Career Mode coming soon. Episode 19 is coming your way. And that does it for me.